right, you're not gonna believe this. I'm in my garage, actually. Garage to my house. I'm not in my house yet, but I'm getting close. Getting very, very close, and pretty soon we'll get the floor in as soon as we can take care of this. There's been some issues with the painting on the ceiling. Gonna have to be repainted on the living room, but other than that, I should be getting the flooring in pretty soon. Once I get the flooring in, things will really go along. I've got my cabinets in. I don't have my granite on the cabinets yet. I still haven't picked it out, but I want to get my, I'd like to get my flooring in. I can get the granite later and then take care of that. But anyway, all right. Well, what we're going to do today, we're going to carve Dapper Dan, the figure Dapper Dan, out of a 4 1/4. It's just 4 1/4. Let me take my thing. It's 1 1/4 all the way around. It's 1 1/4. Okay, a 1 1/4 by 4 1/4. I know that's kind of an odd size, but you could do it out of anything. In other words, you could do it out of a 3 inch by 1 inch. It's same thing, same premise as we do. All right. Okay. Well, the first thing, as we've done with most of them, let's go ahead and come down here. You come up about a 1/2 inch where you make your shoes. Dapper Dan is he's a kind of a, well, dapper of course means he's a ladies' man, and that's who this is going to be. He's going to be a little ladies' man, and we're just cutting the shoes out. Now you're going to hear some noises because the garage door is open, so they're working on the street, down the street. So you're going to hear some noise. That's okay. You've heard it before. All right. Now look at that. Okay, we got our shoes established here. Establish where our shoes are going to be, just like that. See. Now we come up here and we just want to round the edges off. I've been working on my house a lot in my shed, and maybe I'll give you a tour of it after it's all done. So that's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. But my old buddy Doug Linker, he's doing a bunch of them, and so be sure and tune in. He just did Bigfoot. And it's cute little fellas he does. He's got a real good imagination. I think he did a bird too, those fan birds. And so Doug is very talented carver and just a great guy. All I'm doing here is just getting this rounded off right in here, and I'm going to knock off these edges back here a little bit. Not a whole lot, just going to knock those edges off as we do this. Just kind of okay. Now let's go ahead and come up here Let me see how far I'm gonna come down on that. Since it's stunning. I like of course my heads are a little bit bigger than, so I'm gonna come down about 1 inch. Let's just say 1.25 inches. And that's where my head's gonna be. I'm gonna put a hat on him, so I'm gonna come down a little bit more. Let me see. Yeah, let me come down just a little bit more. I always make the heads a little bit bigger. Let's say 1 3/8 inches. Right underneath there. Okay. And let's go ahead and get the head going. Now, of course, we come down kind of at an angle on each side of the head to just sort of give us just sort of mark our territory, as we say. I received some very bad news from my son the other day. Asking prayers out to you, those that watch my videos. If you know the Lord and are saved, I'm asking for prayers. My son, he went through that very bad divorce, and he's the one, my son that lives in Kentucky. He went through a very bad divorce. His wife was unfaithful to him, and she has remarried several times since then. And he met a young lady, and it's his fiance now. The divorce has been over probably 3 or 4 years. Well, about 3 years. He met a young lady, and she has become his fiance. And her name is Brooke, B-R-O-O-K-E. And he called me the other day, and she was having serious trouble keeping things down. She was having some real issues. And we're just going to come up underneath here and catch that right in there. Okay, you see how we have established this now? That we've got this the way we want it. Anyway, she got to throwing up, and they sent her to the hospital. And she's only 29 years old. So they said that her appendix was about to rupture. So they took her appendix out. And she's back home now, but she got a call the other day from the pathology report. And she's only, like I said, she's only 29. And they found a cancerous tumor in her appendix. And from the x-rays, they're not sure yet, but they'll look at it. It shows that possibly the tumor did kind of invade a little bit of the colon. So they're really shocked. It's a shocking thing, and I mean, so young to have anything like that. And appendix cancer is very, very rare. So they're having to deal with that now. And they were supposed to get married next year. And so just, if I ask you if you pray for her, it's my son's fiance, that God, and that more than that, that God will draw closer to both of them during this time. The prognosis is not real good. Of course, time the cancer spreads, prognosis is not real good, but she's young. She can go through a lot. So just praying that asking the Lord to heal her, and more than that, to come into her life and be a part of it. Okay, so I thank you for prayers for her. This is quite a shock. I mean, a young woman that young getting this is really a rare thing. So we're hoping and praying that it's not too severe. The reason I say that is because Matthew was only 4 years old when he lost his mom to cancer. And now he's having to deal with this. And he seems to be doing real well, but, you know, you lose your mother to cancer when you're only 4. And now cancer wants to invade someone else that you're in love with. So it's pretty difficult, very, very difficult to handle that. And he's been calling me a lot, and we're talking, and I'm leading him toward the direction of the Lord more than anything in the world. And but also they're looking for good cancer doctors, and around his area is not too many, but possibly in Lexington, Kentucky, and places like that. He's about an hour and a half from Lexington, east of Lexington. So, well, I'll get off of that, but I thank you if you would pray for her, and for that reason. Okay, we've got the head and the body separated now, and I appreciate you giving me the time to ask prayer for that. It's very, you know, I'm very concerned about my son, because, you know, we just gonna do the arm here in the pockets, because he lost his mother. He did not grow up with a mother, and because of cancer, because of breast cancer. And now his fiance gets cancer. Very tragic. I mean, you know, I'm just praying that God will heal her, bring him to good doctors who can work with her. But like I said, she was young, she's strong. She's only 29. So it's very, all I'm doing now is just making the hand like I normally make. So anyway, we'll see. Thank you, Jesus, yes. Okay. He's been through a lot. He's been through, I haven't really talked about this. He's was married, has 3 precious children, and his wife decided to seek another man. So that hurt very deeply. And now this. Sounds like my life. I mean, really. But we give praise to the Lord Jesus. And I've lost, a wife to cancer, very early age. And then I lost a marriage to a woman who just left one day while I was gone. So, anyway, all right, well, we got the arm done right here. Now, the reason we're saying this is we're going to have the hand come out this far, almost like the hobo, but it's not going to be in that shape. It's going to be more, let me come down a little bit right there. We're going to make the hand a little bit bigger. Come like this, and like that, in other words. See that? You draw it straight, straight, over, straight, and then angle it just a little bit, just like that. There goes a big truck. Okay. I appreciate you allowing me to present that to you. I feel that the more people that pray, the more things will. Prayer is a powerful thing, and I am praying for them. Okay, I'm just sort of cutting this out right here. The hand is going to be in the front here because he's going to be carrying it like a little flower. Okay. I know that the time I went through with my wife when she had cancer was not a pleasant time. It was a very bad time. And she didn't make it. But we don't always know why God does things. We just don't. We realize that one day everything can be great and the next is not. So, but He's a blessing and a loving God. He is. He loves us. We just don't always understand why the things happen to us, though. All right. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger in here. I'll come up here a little bit as I now, as you can see, right in here, okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of all right, I'm going to come down here and cut, just cut in the middle here, separate the feet. All right. All right, and of course we bring the shoes back in here. Just like that. And I want to bring a little bit more on this hand. I want to make it a little bit deeper. So I've been doing something lately that has brought a lot of peace in my heart, and that's that every afternoon I just sit down and I begin to, I'm going to cut in between the legs right here. I just drew a little, see, this will be the legs right in here. I just sit down and I start thanking God for the things that I don't even think about. They came and put my hot water heater in the other day, so I just began I thank God for those things. Now, if you're uncomfortable about me talking about God, then I'm sorry, I really am, but I've been through a lot in my life, and I know if I didn't have him, I wouldn't be here. It's just that simple. My wife has been dead for 30 years, and I went through that divorce. A divorce that I didn't want, but I didn't have a choice, because nowadays they got no-fault divorce, so if someone wants to get a divorce, that's it. They can get it. So, okay, we just kind of, the shoes. All right, now we're doing good on the hand here, because we want to put some we want to put a flower or some flowers in his hand. Now let's go ahead and give him. Let's go ahead up here in the. Let's go ahead and let's get him a hat. I feel that Dapper Dan would have a hat on. So let's go ahead and let's come across with a hat before we get too rambunctious in here. And as you can see, I went all the way across, and then I take and I cut, and I come up underneath it, as we do. I cut, and I come up underneath it, and cut, come up underneath it. There we go. Even the forward, come up underneath it. The website on the Facebook site, if you are not a member of Let's Talk Carving, if you have a Facebook site, join it. We've got a good site. We've got a very good, I'm not trying to plug something here. It's a carving site on Facebook called Let's Talk Carving. And I created it so that we could discuss things.